What is up? Be a champ and hit that subscribe button for me. Thank you. Now, are you looking to break free from the sleepless nights due to financial worries and debt, while also take control of your financial future? Well, you're not alone. Recent statistics show that the average American has $38,000 in personal debt, and that's excluding home mortgages. On top of that, credit card debt alone has reached a record high of $980 billion.
We've seen this explosion in debt overall. Credit card balances especially have hit a new record at the end of last year, nearly $1 trillion. That's not only the highest ever, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, it was also the biggest yearly increase on record, up $130 billion.
The average revolving credit card balance in the United States is approximately $7,900 per household, and with an average interest rate of 16.4%. Student debt has reached $1.57 trillion, with the average borrower owing over $28,000. And guys, these statistics are not just numbers. They represent real people and families struggling to make ends meet and at the same time plan for their financial futures. To make matters worse, the level of debt has been steadily increasing over the past decade and is projected to keep doing so. And with 81% of Americans carrying some form of debt, it's clear that the lack of financial education mixed with rising costs and the United States culture of consumerism, where people are encouraged and pushed to buy goods and services through the constant pressure of advertising, has played a big role to why debt is a major problem in the United States. Now, guys, the good news is there are solutions and steps that individuals can take to help manage their debts and at the same time achieve financial stability. So if you're ready to say goodbye to debt, stick around because we're going to break down the fastest ways to pay off debt. Let's dive in. Now, the first step to getting out of debt, and this one is very important, and that's to assess all of your debts. You will need to make a list of all your financial obligations. This includes your credit card debt, car loans, and any other outstanding debt that you might have. Once you've done this, you will then need to gather up some information about each debt. And by this, I mean the current balance, the due date, and the interest rate on each one. Then you will need to add up all your debts to get an amount. From there, you will need to analyze your total debt and take a look at the interest rate on each one, the minimum payment, and the due dates. And once you have identified which debts have the highest interest rate, you will need to prioritize those in your debt repayment plan first. That way, you can help save yourself some money. In addition to assessing all your debt, you will need to create a budget and track your spending. And by this, I mean track every single dollar. And by doing so, you might realize that your trip to the vending machine is the reason you can't afford that vacation you've been dreaming of. But hey, at least you'll be one step closer to a healthier diet and a trip to the beach. Now that we hopefully had a laugh, here are some precise things you can do to track your spending. Begin with grabbing a notebook and list all your sources of income and your monthly expenses. You can even use a budgeting tool like the app Mint. It's completely free and without a doubt a wonderful app. There are also many other options online you can use to help you manage your money a little more effectively. Once you've got your budget, it's important to track your spending for at least a month. That way you can get an accurate picture of where your money is going. And this is without a doubt extremely important. And by doing so, you can precisely identify what areas in your spending you can hopefully cut back on, such as eating out, unused subscriptions, and trips to the bar. Now, guys, once you got a clear understanding of all your unnecessary expenses, you need to allocate the money that you save towards paying off your debt. Inch by inch, you'll get closer, creating momentum, and with each step forward, towards your ultimate destination, financial liberation. So now that we've talked about some ways to cut back on unnecessary expenses, what if your debt consists of multiple loans and credit card balances? Let's face it, trying to keep track of everything can be very overwhelming. Don't worry, that's where debt consolidation comes in. By consolidating your debt, you can reduce your interest rate, lower your payments, and potentially pay off your debts much faster. And here's exactly how debt consolidation works. To put it in its simple form, it's a way to combine multiple debts like credit card balances and loans into one big loan. So instead of making multiple payments each month, you're just making one payment to the debt consolidation company. And by doing this, you can make it easier to keep track of your debt and essentially save more money on the interest charges. And that way, with the money you now have saved, you can use that to pay off your debt a little faster. After all, when does extra money not help when trying to pay off debt? Finally, the last tip, and one that can improve the overall quality of your life, is to increase your income. Now, here are a few ideas to help you get going. If you're currently employed and you've been doing a great job, it's time to ask for a raise. But don't just storm into your boss's office, but instead go in there like you would when asking for an extra scoop of ice cream at the ice cream store, with some finesse. And if the finesse is just not that great and you're still not making the money you deserve, go and find a higher paying job. Odds are the next job could pay you much more, so don't be scared to ask for a raise, especially when you deserve it. Furthermore, look around your house and see if there are any unwanted items you could sell. Everyone has something they can sell for some extra cash, so don't overlook this one. Anyways, guys, these could be things like clothes, electronics, and so forth. And finally, you can take on a side hustle or even start a small business, preferably one that doesn't require any upfront costs. Remember, we're trying to pay off debt and not incur more of it. So here are some low-cost side hustles you can explore. Freelancing jobs like blogging, video editing, online tutoring, photography, driving for a rideshare company like Uber on the side, and even a more scalable business that requires pretty much no money to start, dropshipping. And what this business model allows you to do is sell products online without the need to hold inventory or handle shipping yourself. Basically, you can be the next Jeff Bezos. If you're interested in this business model and want to learn more about it, click on this video above. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Remember to keep your eyes on the prize. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, keep it real, and I'll see you guys on the next one.